Hello, I'm Victoria Weather Meteorologist Ryan Henning, and I am here with the forecast for Olympia, Washington. That would be Mount Rainier in the background of the state capital of Washington. It's not too far down Puget Sound from Seattle and Tacoma. We can look at the current observations. So halfway, well, not halfway up, a little bit further to the northeast, there's Seattle, KSEA. And then there's Tacoma, and Olympia is way down at the southern end. So it's actually not that far from Oregon when you look at it. You can see it's currently 72 degrees, clear skies tonight. If there are any clouds ongoing, well, they're not going to be anywhere inland in Washington. There's a few off to the west in Quileute and Hoquiam. I think I'm pronouncing those correctly. And out there, too, there's a little bit of onshore flow, so it's significantly cooler than it is in Olympia, Seattle, and Tacoma. 60 degrees out along the coast, and in the low 70s currently in Olympia. We can look at the current satellite. This is the water vapor imagery for the North Pacific. There's not a lot going on in Washington, and this trough over the Gulf of Alaska is going to be the primary feature that we're going to concern ourselves with as moving forward. It's going to kind of just sit there and gyrate up in the Gulf of Alaska, not really advancing a whole lot. That's kind of what it does this time of year. Just a big old trough in the Gulf of Alaska that sometimes you get a little bit of a wave moving along it that moves towards the Pacific Northwest. But generally speaking, it's kind of a semi-permanent feature of the summer. And that's what we're going to watch it do. Just kind of sit up there and gyrate. We'll look at the jet picture, and you can see it just kind of wiggling around off the coast of the British Columbia there. A little bit of a jet streak does move a little bit closer toward the west coast of Washington. You can see with the precip, there's not any that's going to be working its way towards Olympia. One nice thing about the orientation of this trough kind of reconfiguring itself, flow in Olympia is going to become a little bit more southerly, whereas right now it's onshore, latching on to some of that cooler Pacific air. It's going to start to turn and become more southerly, pulling in some of the air from the drier environments of interior Oregon and California. And we can see, looking at the temperature trends according to the forecast, we can see tomorrow temperatures close to 70 again, not too far off from where they were today. Maybe even a little cooler with winds more due westerly to expected tomorrow. But they're going to spike closer to 80 on Friday, getting ready for the weekend with the southerly flow. I don't think it's going to get quite to 80. I've got them at 77 on Friday, but there are certainly some outlets that have them in the low 80s. No rain, a lot of sun, not exactly the stereotypical Pacific Northwest kind of forecast, but I think folks in Olympia are going to appreciate it. It looks like it's going to be pretty awesome out there. So thank you again for watching the video. It's a pretty simple forecast tonight for Olympia, Washington. Have a great night. I'm Victoria Weather Meteorologist Ryan Henning.